Good evening, everyone. My name is the Reverend Riley-Paxton Chance, and I am the leading founder and father of the Hopeshine Church of Polyspiritualism. This is something that I've been really wanting to get to for a very, very long time now. I have spent months and months and months trying to come up with the perfect introductory video to introduce the world to Polyspiritualism and Hopeshine. And I've racked my brain, I've delved into all of the different theologies that I can think of. And at the end of the day, I realized, you know what? Spirituality isn't about academia. It isn't about the perfect words. It isn't about knowing everything right from the start. It's about what you feel in here, inside. And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to speak from the heart and see where that goes. Now, I think the best way to start is with the idea that in these days and times, it isn't enough that people aren't necessarily religious. It's a lot of them are anti-religion. Religion gets blamed for so many and is the cause of so many horrors in this world. And I think the biggest disruptor there is the fact that they're so uninclusive, they're so judgmental, it's this way, my way, his way, or the highway, and everybody else's God is evil, and you're wrong, and he's wrong, and she's wrong. And I think it's time that we had something better than that, because that's not what religion is about. That's not what spirituality is about. That's not what connection and love and compassion and acceptance, these are the things that the universe wants us to feel, wants us to learn, wants us to know. And that which we call God, or any of us call God, whether that be nature, Jesus, Allah, Krishna, any of the other hundreds and hundreds of different names, they're all the same. It doesn't matter, because I believe that it doesn't matter who you pray to. It doesn't matter what name you call it. They're all going to the same place in the end. Going up there, up to whatever that great light of the universe that's inside all of us, that connects all of us to each other, to nature, to the spirit world. We're all connected by that same light, that same energy, that same force and drive for connection and good. And I want this to be a place of acceptance, a place of love and compassion. In a way, the name is a bit misleading. I'm going to get a little bit into the nerdy stuff here for a minute. I just want to talk about how I came up with the term polyspiritualism. Poly meaning many, and spiritual, I think, is pretty self-explanatory. That's the thing. A lot of us these days are very spiritual. A lot of us do feel that need for connection, that need for something greater than ourselves, but still within ourselves. And there just isn't anything out there that resonates completely, I think, for a lot of us. For me personally, I was raised mostly in the Catholic faith. In my middle school years, I discovered more Eastern religions. I got really interested in Hinduism, very much so, and also very much into paganism. A lot of these things, they drew me because I loved the idea of love and compassion that Jesus taught in the Bible. That was what appealed to me about Catholicism. For Hinduism, I loved the idea of the idea that the soul lives on in other ways other than just damnation or salvation. You know, you get a chance to learn and to grow and to develop on a spiritual path, you know, to be reborn into different lives, into different experiences. That was beautiful to me. And then the whole idea of paganism and Wiccanism and that connection with nature, which is something that's so glorious and so wonderful that I feel so many other religions are very, very just limited in. If not completely, it's a sin, you know? And so I spent many of my life being this strange mashup of, you know, Catholic, Hindu, Wiccan, and, you know, people would ask me, well, what's your religion? And I didn't feel comfortable ascribing or identifying myself to really any of those. Even when I would mention all three at once, because there was still so much about each individual one that still threw me, that still didn't feel right. And I think I'm not alone in that. I feel that a lot of people feel similar. You know, they do have that desire and that pull to find something, soul searching for something. And there's nothing out there that fits. And so a lot of people will just say, well, I'm polyspiritual, or I'm just spiritual. And so hence polyspiritualism was born, because for me personally it was derived from a mashup of many different religions, but at the same time it's not interdependent on any certain set of religion or their rules or their belief systems. And so there comes in the spiritual aspect of it all, because it's very spiritual. I mean, that's what we are. We're spirit. You know, we're energy. We're part of this universe, part of each other. I fully believe that. And even people that are spiritualists, which is what I identified as for a very long time, was just, I'm spiritual. And people would ask me, I'm spiritual. But the problem with that was that there was no human connection there. A lot of people choose not to go to churches because of all of the hypocrisy there, because of all of the judgment there, and the strict rules and the strict boxes you have to fit into. But then a lot of people are still drawn there just because of that sense of community and of connection that you find there, of brotherhood and sisterhood and family, being connected with people that share similar beliefs and morals and values as you do. And so that was something that was severely lacking in my life, I think, for many, many years, was that sense of spiritual community. And when you identify as just spiritual, you know, or a spiritualist, it's just you alone at home with your own thoughts, your own research, your own meditations. I mean, that's lovely too. That's wonderful, and I think that's important as well, but it's still missing that interconnectedness, that human aspect of it, that community. And hence the ism aspect. That's what makes a religion. A religion is the fact that it's a group of people together